up, UH Nation? Kevin Minich here.
And I'm Billy Hilliard.
And we're going to recap on Week 5 here in the Dallas region. Let's just jump right into it. So, Week 5 at the Dallas Athletic Club, we had some good games going on. We started off with Dirkaholics versus the Metroplex One-Hit Wonders. Dirkaholics kind of suffered through that game, did the best they could, but I don't blame them because Metroplex One-Hit Wonders probably had one of the best games they've ever played before. Travis, I think, started off with 12, 15 points. He was hitting every single three-pointer. Felt like he couldn't miss, and he hurt his ankle, I think, 12 minutes into the game and was already in double digits with points. So real quick, we're going to break to Travis being interviewed by James Ramsey. Take it away.
All right, and here you have it, the number one DJ of the South, the Ultimate Hoops. And the top player of the, well, we'll say the first half, most definitely, Travis. Man, you had a good game out there. You went 5 for 6 from the three-point line, all in about 12 minutes. Had 2 layups, a total of 19 points, and then on that last 3 you had, we saw a little bit of a stumble. Tell us about what happened. We just saw you dragging yourself off the court. What happened, man?
Shot it, came down on the guy's foot. Last thing I saw was the ball go in, so at least it went in.
Yeah, man, it was a tragic loss. I tell you what, because they were on fire. In the first half, I think their team, that is the number 2 team of the league down here, what's your name? Metroplex One-Hit Wonders? Yeah. I think they went, y'all shot 21 threes and managed to hit 18 in one half. Oh, don't leave too close. Now, they did manage to keep the lead and win by 17 points after this young man fell out thanks to the hands of Los Del Rio. EJ, man, get you for a second. Come on over here, superstar. Mr. Make It Happen. He's a little shy. Go ahead and shine him. For all of you who don't know, that is Mr. Make It Happen, EJ. But it was still a good game nonetheless. Traps, man, heal up. Hope the ankle don't get too much bigger. And there you have it.
All right, UH Nation, we're back. We also have a little bit from team captain EJ Navarez. Of course, he always does his thing on the court, great at keeping his team molded together, passing the ball off when it needs to be passed, or taking control and making the difficult layups to keep them in the game. So that was the very first game, Week 5, Dirkaholics Metroplex One-Hit Wonders. Metroplex wins 94-78. Up next, we had Glasshouse Shooters versus Deep Threat. Very interesting game. Glasshouse Shooters only had 5 players, but they're still a good 5 players.
I'll take their 5 over a lot of other 5s.
Exactly. Over a lot of other full teams, really.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So they had a rough game, to say the least, against Deep Threat. Deep Threat being the free agent team this season.
Right.
They weren't. It was back and forth through most of the game, just ups and downs. I think Deep Threat took a decent lead at the beginning, and Glasshouse Shooters really had to concentrate and get back into the game. They did end up winning 66-76. So towards the end there, they kind of turned it on a little bit and made sure that they secured that winning spot in that undefeated position within the league. So Glasshouse Shooters came on top on that one.
That press defense, especially on the DAC court's pretty stifling.
Absolutely.
It's fun to watch those guys.
Yep. They love to full court press, and on a small court like Dallas Athletic, it's very valuable. Also want to mention, last week we had the controversy with Cecil Hood, right, shoving Ryan Z, hit the chest, slipped up, hit the throat. So with that, we had to go back and review the camera, and because he wasn't making a move on the ball, he was suspended one game. What do you think about that?
I think if any team can overcome a Cecil Hood suspension, it's the Glasshouse Shooters. It's one of those things that happens in basketball. Commissioner's ruling is final word on that. But was wondering, is there going to be an appeals process down there at Dallas Athletic?
They're talking about it, right?
Yeah. So
I wouldn't bank on it, but yeah, it's worth them bringing it up. I'm always up to listen. But
you heard that, Stan? A written appeal process there, and
I guarantee you, I'll read it.
Get that going, and maybe something can happen.
Yeah, you only got a few days to get that submitted to me. Also, last week when I was talking about the massive jammers and this whole situation, we had the slow-mo playback and whatnot. I used the word when I was describing the massive jammers, cheap, as far as, they play cheap. Definitely didn't mean it. This is the thing about the massive jammers, they're very aggressive. So, you're going to get shoved around. You're going to, you have to work to get the ball. They are by no means cheap players. They're definitely a good group of guys. You know them. We've played against them. I think they're an awesome team. So definitely not cheap players. Just bad word choice on my part. So they're aggressive and they're competitive, and they get emotional and into the game. And if
that's what we want.
Yeah, exactly. We love that. And real quick before we move on, we're going to go ahead and show you a slow-mo of this jab to the neck again, and leave your comments. Let us know what you think. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. You definitely got to tell us what you think about that. So moving on, we had Syrup Bottles, a new team, versus my team, Left 4 Dead, and I would like to say me personally, I had the worst game I've ever played. So last week, Flower Mountain had the best game. This week, worst game.
Yeah.
Followed it up with the worst game I've ever played. I missed a wide open layup. I couldn't hit a three-pointer to save my life. So I partially feel bad about this loss because we were neck and neck the entire time, and Syrup Bottles came back. And
I think that's something that can happen to you down at DAC. It's just it's a different beast playing down there. It's not the cookie cutter court you're used to seeing. Angles are a little different down there. Depth perception's a little different down there. So you can go to a Flower Mound or a Plano A-box club and really fill in the zone, and then you get back over to DAC, which isn't a cookie cutter club, and it'll throw you off a little bit.
I think Energy had to. I don't want to use this as an excuse, but we had 5 guys. I think they had 10.
Yeah.
So we had to play the whole game. I felt out of shape. I was just tired, and they put on a good game. I kudos to them. Bashir, you did a great job. I know you wanted that win. Connor, you as well. All of you stepped up. Picked up a new guy, Joel, who shot lights out and really hurt us. We didn't respect him enough. So moving forward, we're definitely gonna have to cover him tighter. Second half, I don't think we scored more than 20 points. First half, I think we scored like 43. So it was insane. We ended up losing. Final score here, 63-65. It came down to 0.3 seconds. We were inbounding it on their side of the court. We threw it up and we had to tip it in like a volleyball.
And that was the overtime, correct?
Yep.
In overtime.
And it didn't fall. So they ended up winning. Great game. Good job, guys. So that's
So Syrup Bottles again. That was the branch off from Deep Threat. And both of those teams looking pretty decent.
Yeah,
right now, so.
yeah. I'm enjoying them.
Yeah. So good things going on down there. Good things.
Yeah. And you know what's new? North Dallas Club got a league up and running. Got 6 teams, whole bunch of competitive players.
Yep.
Enjoyed watching them play last Wednesday. I wasn't able to actually be at the Flower Mound game, so what we'll do is we'll go over the Flower Mound scores real quick just to give you a recap and then jump into North Dallas. All right, so week 5 at Flower Mound, first game was an upset. Banging Threes, like I say, they have a good team going. They're doing a great job, but they lost to the Purple Cobras 96-92. Good job, Purple Cobras, a way to get a win in. Second game, Jordan's Disciples versus my team, the Flomo Saints. Apparently it was a really close game. Both teams going neck and neck, fighting each other. But we ended up pulling off another win, 81-77. So that's what happened at Flower Mound. Now moving on to our new league, North Dallas.
Good job, North Dallas.
Good job, North Dallas. You guys.
Good job, Jazz.
Yeah, you guys really rocked it out. So we got quite a conglomeration of teams and players at this league. Some will definitely compete for being one of the top teams in the region. Others, brand new teams, new players. I think one team has 12 guys on their roster. I'm sure they're going to branch off and make another squad. But Ant plays there, and his team's definitely stellar. They did a great job, and we were able to get an interview with Anthony. So Anthony, take it away from here. What's up, guys? We're here at the North Dallas location, launching our first league here. We got Anthony here playing for Breakfast Club. So you got a whole bunch of steals, assists. You're all over the place.
Yeah, man, it was just a big team effort. You know, Malcolm was getting all the steals thrown into me, getting layups, going trapping people on defense. You know. It's the same thing.
Now, you played a pretty decent team. They weren't bad. I think they're all brand new, don't know each other, so once they start flowing. But, you guys got, I think, a 50-point lead on them or something like that. How'd that happen?
Man, we just got steals and just ran. We're too fast for them. We're just too fast. They were a little old, so.
Gotcha. Well, good game tonight, and we'll see you next week.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right, guys, we're back. So North Dallas has 6 teams, like I said. The first game was the Breakfast Club versus Free Spirits. I feel like this first week was Top Dogs versus, kind of the newer team. So first game we had Breakfast Club, finished with 108 versus Free Spirits with 56 points. Then we have, at 8 o'clock, we had LTND, which is Lifetime North Dallas. That team, put together by Jazz, played a team called True, TRU, that's it. They won 89-35. They played some stellar defense, so it was a little difficult for LTND to keep in there with them. But I think they'll improve as time goes on and they start to learn the league and working with referees, because they've been playing pickup ball this whole time and that's what they're used to.
Right. So it's a different game.
It's a different game with these referees. Last game, Strive for Greatness versus Legion of Buckets. Another crazy game. So Strive for Greatness is a killer team. Bashir jumped on that team. Bobby Driver, I don't know if you know who he is. He played way back with a Garland team at the Plano League. They won 106-44. Legion of Buckets, probably one of the most enthusiastic teams I've ever seen. Love the guys on the team. The camaraderie is awesome, even though this is first time for them to play as a 12-man squad. So that's why I have a feeling they're going to branch off and make 2 teams. But Strive for Greatness, they're just a killer team and won 106-44. So that's North Dallas, Flower Mound, and Dallas Athletic. Let's move on to Plano.
What's up, Dallas? I'm Billy here with the Plano recap for Week 5. A lot of mismatched games this week, lopsided victories down the board except for one game, which we'll get to. The first game of the night was Illuminati versus the Dire Wolves. Illuminati came in a little shorthanded. Definitely didn't hinder them, and led by Martin Salinas as they took on the Dire Wolves and outran the Wolfpack 110-79 to start the night. The next game was Bomb Squad and Tropics. Tropics came up; they had their full squad Thursday night and really took it to Bomb Squad. Those 2 teams were both 2-1 and. Tropics really showing the difference in one-loss teams in this game as they outran them 106-76. I'm sorry. Next game on the docket was the Pandubs versus the Swish Factor. New look Pandubs this season. Still small, still outrun you. They still make you move the ball really well on the other side of the floor to score points, and those guys get after it. They beat Swish Factor 86-67. Let's see here. The next game, Hashtag versus the Glass House Shooters. Glass House Shooters are actually down double digits in the first half of this game. They put on their full court press, and it was a 30-point swing in about 5 minutes as they outlasted Hashtag 103-77.
I feel like they like to do that. They like to show the first half, kind of let the team get comfortable with their lead, then they come back, full court press, fast breaking, and then all of a sudden the other team's like, wow, we're behind by 15.
It's really a weapon for them, especially with Trey Williams. That guy, Trey Williams and Cecil, they get so active with their hands. They really know how to squeeze down on any team, and they get a lot of loose balls and a lot of steals, and they really use that press to their advantage. It's really impressive.
I think sometimes they get a little too active with their hands, causing them suspensions.
Yeah, just a little.
Sorry,
bit.
Cecil.
Just a little bit. Last game of the night was Team Torch versus Purple Cobras. Probably my favorite game of the night. This game was back and forth for the first and second half. Really, it was very entertaining. Both teams hitting a lot of shots, and actually came down to a buzzer beater as Team Torch hit a 3 at the buzzer to take that game. A very good game there. So Team Torch really needed that win. They won their first two, lost their second two, or their last two games that they had played, and they really needed this one to kind of get some momentum back on their side. Creston Martin was back in the lineup last night, and that really helped those guys out as they pulled out that victory. So
Awesome. Now, did Megan DeVille show up?
she did not.
She did not.
Still
Megan?
waiting on you, Megan. Over in Plano. Let me know if you need directions.
Anything else? All right, UH Nation, that is week 5 for the Dallas region. We will talk to you next week.